Yo. We back in the madhouse and we getting mad deep, man. Back at it as always, man. Guess who I'm back with, man? Lush Uno, man. And tell us who we got today.
You know the vibes, more kicks than Cobra Kai. Busting shots every time we rolling by. You'll play a partner, Lush Uno. And this is a very, very special occasion. You feel me? We got not just two artists, because please don't get it twisted. They're both artists in their own regard, but they are bosses. You feel me? We got the OTR General himself, you feel me? Seouless in the building, you feel me? And of course, Kiing motherfucking Khash.
Thank you for that lovely intro, Lush.
Thank you for having us, Lush. We appreciate you, brother.
No, we appreciate y'all, man. It's love, you feel me, over here in the studio, man. We fuck with y'all the long way. Now, this meteoric rise we've seen of this artist named Lefty Gunplay, it goes beyond him being, one of the only Chicano or Mexican / Latino artists to ever have a major deal or be in negotiations of a major deal with already an established company like OTR, to the fact that this is one of the biggest, craziest ascensions to success that I've ever witnessed in my 27 years in the game and my 42 years of life. Like, am I crazy to think that this is giving Lefty Gunplay right now is giving 50 Cent energy like in 2002, 2003?
Lefty's the Mexican 50 Cent / Eminem.
Right.
And maybe Khash could explain from his perspective the last 45 days.
I give the credit to just, the team. Like, we got a really strong team, man, from the PRs to everything Seouless does for us to my day-to-day handling left, and just, making all the right decisions and making sure he's punctual and hitting everything that he needs to hit, you know what I'm saying? And just the consistency, bro, the way that he's consistent. I don't feel like there's another artist out there right now that has his work ethic or is grinding like him. I think his grind is unmatched right now, and the numbers and what we're producing is, the proof of that.
Beyond right now, I would say, like, in the past couple of decades, we haven't seen anything really like.
Yeah.
Just how quick it's a meteoric rise of success. And like,
I showed Lefty and Khash the Spotify artist numbers.
Yeah.
Since we signed, and a lot of it is the team, and it's really Lefty being such a special talent that, like, I'll be sleeping at night, bro, and I wake up and a video that I didn't even know that he shot is up and it's at 50,000 views. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it'd be like that. And when I first met him, just to see how far he's come, and he was already a star. That charisma that he has, that just natural talent that he has, you can't teach that.
No,
you know
you
what I mean?
can't.
Like,
You can't.
It's in his DNA.
That's definitely, like, when the cameras go off, that's left still. That's left. He don't go into character. Like, most of, like, the entertainment business, it requires a lot of people trying to get their mind right, trying to get into character. Let me see how I'm approach. He's really just, he's off the hip, like he says it. You know what I'm saying? He's really just gunning off the hip and speaking from the heart. And I really think another factor of that plays into his success is his authenticity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He really doesn't have any problem being himself. And I think that's what's making other people gravitate towards him like that.
Absolutely. But like, as you said, it's impossible for an artist to reach that next level, that next echelon, because a lot of the best rappers that I've ever met are just random fools that I've seen spitting in the hood. And I was like, damn, this fool is better than fucking
99% of the game.
But we never gonna hear this fool because he just too, he ain't got the support behind him.
Exactly.
And it's not the support, it's a lot of things. It could be the way he's living life.
Well, yeah,
it could
obviously
be,
a lot of it.
Yeah, it could be maybe his ambition for music, because if it's too easy, sometimes it's like, fuck, that's too easy.
But Lefty's one of those dudes. It's like, it reminds me, like I already made the 50 Cent comparison, and that's how I compare his rise to success and how quick and just like, I mean, I'm a hip hop nerd, so I study all this shit. So I was aware of 50 Cent 4 or 5 years before he blew up. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he had big mixtapes.
big mixtapes.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? Power of the Dollar, all that shit.
Exactly.
But regardless, it was like, to the general public's knowledge, it happened overnight. And he was,
It didn't though because he was signed for 3-4 years before he popped.
right. He had to deal with D-Dot and all them over there. You feel me? Like the Mad Rapper and all that shit. But people aren't aware of nuances like that. Just like people that are on Instagram, random fans, they're not aware of the nuances of what made Lefty Gunplay who he is. They just see all of a sudden, who's this crazy ass motherfucker that rap his ass off that is so fascinating that it's like, damn, like he's Chicano and he's a rapper, but he's not a Chicano rapper necessarily in this traditional sense of what that means. But he's like, you know, crossing boundaries and he still has respect for that culture and he's 100% who he is. So it's like all they're seeing is what they're being fed by the algorithm.
Exactly.
Essentially, you know what I mean? But they're getting fed it. You can't go on any social media and avoid Lefty Gunplay. And that doesn't just include people that are, you know, from the SGV or from Los Angeles or from Southern Cali or from the West Coast or from, you know, like everywhere.
Yeah.
Lefty Gunplay is in the conversation.
Lefty Gunplay is a superstar.
Yes, sir.
He is a motherfucking superstar,
Yes, sir.
bro.
Yes, sir.
He is a motherfucking.
When he comes in the room, he commands the attention, bro. Like he got that personality. He got that it factor, man. He got that it factor. You know what I'm saying? And he's just a natural at this. He was born to do this shit. Real shit.
And like I said, originally I made the 50 Cent comparison, but I also make a Kodak Black comparison in the sense of like, Kodak Black is a character you would have to go deep in the hood, in the trenches of Broward County, Florida, to ever encounter. You will never see Lefty Gunplay or anybody similar to him unless you go deep to the motherfucking trenches. Till you go to motherfucking Baldwin Park, you feel me, to specific sections, and then you might encounter somebody like that. But you would never see that in the mainstream media, and now you are. It's like a flashlight into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just he came in with his own sauce. You know, he didn't come in with the typical stereotypes that they label Chicano rappers. You know what I mean? Now he broke the barrier to where they're respecting him as just rap. You know what I'm saying? And he also does, he's a student to the game, and he does pay homage to everybody that came before him, including other races, and they're embracing him for that.
He got a Draco tattoo on his
Yeah,
face.
he crazy,
got a
man.
Roll bounce tattooed on. I mean,
Yep.
come on, like that. If you look at Lefty's social media, I never look at his social media, so I don't know this. I'm just kidding. But you'll see, like, he'll put songs, he'll put old school classic songs all over his shit. So he's like paying homage just in his everyday life, intrinsically, without even
Lush,
trying to.
Lush, that's just the tip of the iceberg. If you really know Left knows every genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, that motherfucker will pop out singing country music and shit. Real shit,
Like
dog.
Left is a student of music. Like Left's a superstar. That's the best way I can say. He's just a superstar, bro. And he's one of one. And the thing is, it's like OTR, we got two superstars. We got Shaq and Kobe with
Right.
Chito Ranas and Lefty Gunplay. So it's like we're at a blessed position where, like, if we do this right, we could three-peat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No, OTR is like, and I want to get into this in a minute, but since you just brought that up, is it safe to say, minus any like janky connotations that this might contain, is it safe to say that OTR is like a new LA death row type energy?
I don't want to label it a death row type energy because at the end of the day, they crashed out. You know what I
That's
mean?
what I'm saying. So like removing those connotations, but as far as the fact that you have multiple superstars, this is the LA based label.
Like cultural impact wise, you know what I mean? Like,
I believe so because look, we have Chito Ranas Sacramento, we have Lefty Gunplay LA, we have 22 GFA San Diego. So at least in California, we're covering majority of California, and all the other artists in the pipeline that, like, we have Top Rank and different artists. You know what I'm saying? That cover the pipeline.
Now, I mentioned 50 Cent earlier, and y'all remember the In the Club video? How it was like 50's turning up in the club, and then at the very end, you see like Dre and M, and they're in lab coats. You feel me? By the way, I would love it if y'all remade that with Lefty, with the two of y'all. Just an idea. You feel me?
Yeah,
but
that'd be hard.
my point is, and we already touched on this earlier, he wouldn't be at the level he's at. I mean, he's a superstar regardless, but the team behind him helps immensely. You know what I mean? So
And shout out Rosecrans Vic. He's
to Vic, man.
He's behind a lot of plays, a lot of the interviews, podcasts, radio. Different situations. Like he plugged us in with who? What videographer? What songs? What videos did they do? The Nip shit.
Oh yeah. He actually plugged us in with Echoes World, and Echoes World,
wow.
and Echoes World did the treatment to Nipsey Hussle's Hustle and Motivate, and Victory Lap as well. So
real director.
So he's we're actually in the process of having him do a treatment for Left. Yeah.
Is that an exclusive? Right?
Yeah.
Shout out
That's an
Vic.
exclusive. Yeah, shout out Echoes World as well.
Shouts to Echoes World. That's amazing. Now,
Another shout out though. Shout out Jay Nino, man. Jay Nino's a very hardworking man, bro. Like he'll sleep 4 hours just to get shit done from A to B and still do what he got to do. So shout out Shooters on Go, man.
no, shouts to everybody that you just mentioned. Off rip, you feel me? You already know. Now, these aren't just two regular guys that hopped in the mix and were helping him. Y'all, but before I get into y'all personal stories, since we've been talking about Lefty, what is it dealing with somebody like Lefty, right? Who is one of the biggest elements of his appeal is how unhinged he is, how uninhibited. He says exactly what's on his mind without any filter. He is himself. Now, how do we get from that point to the masses, and what's it like dealing with Lefty on a day-to-day basis?
It's just you gotta really you gotta enter it with like an open mind and very unjudgmental. You know what I'm saying? And kind of embrace left for left and really learn. Because I take pride in, you know, we've had our times when we bump heads. We're like brothers, so brothers are gonna bump heads from time to time. Because maybe I feel at times maybe I desire better for you than you desire for yourself. You know what I mean? But it's just making those adjustments, seeing what makes him tick, seeing what makes him uncomfortable, seeing what, you know, because we all got our personal issues and traumas that we deal with, and you know what I mean? And oftentimes things may trigger. So it's really learning the person you're dealing with, you know what I mean? To really take the
And
time to
love of the
nurture that
person you're
relationship.
dealing with.
Yes, nurturing it, man. Nurturing that relationship for real, not just operating out of ego. You know what I mean? Because you could operate out of ego and be like, "Well, fuck you, you're not gonna listen to me, then this shit ain't gonna work out." Or be so stubborn to feel like you have to do it my way instead of like respecting his views.
Like, don't get it twisted. Like, sometimes it is hard. Like, you know?
I can only imagine.
But
it looks like a full-time job.
But at the end of the day, Lev has two monsters with him at all times, so he's good.
And I think that's like, it's a three-headed monster ultimately, as far
Exactly.
as
No, Left. Like I'm telling you, Left. You know what they told us in New York? Lefty Gunplay is gonna be like the game in the documentary. He has a chance to bring the West Coast back nationally because this is straight, uncut gangster rap, late '90s, early 2000 vibes.
but with a modern twist.
Exactly, with Lefty Gunplay.
It's like it's not played out. It's vintage. You know what I mean?
It's not vintage. It's Lefty Gunplay.
It's Lefty Gunplay. We have never seen anything like this before. Now, since you brought it up, I mean, what was the introduction as far as to OTR? Because OTR was already in motion previous to that. But what was your introduction to Lefty, and how did y'all connect?
Lefty reached out to us a while back, but at that time, it was, I think, during Chito's rollout. We just signed with Columbia, and a lot of artists was reaching out. So, like, if you hit me on Instagram and sign me, I don't look at that shit. So the best way is for you to come up with momentum, and the people around me tell me, hey, check this artist out.
There's no more A&Rs. You got to be your own A&R, motherfucker.
Or the team, someone I trust with their ear, and I guess my younger brother called me and was like, "Hey, who's Lefty Gunplay signed to?" And I told him I don't think no one. You know what I mean? So I DM'd him, and I seen that he had DM'd me. So I said, "Yo, tap in," and he said, he sent me a voice memo. "Hey, I'm gonna do a Fool's community, whatever." But prior to that, Grizz reached out to me, back Wapo, and said, "Hey, I want to connect you with Lefty Gunplay. He manages 22 GP. Lil Maru, Lil Weirdo."
Okay, so the San Diego Fools, yeah.
Yeah. So
Shouts to all them.
yeah. So I told him to put us in the group chat, and he put us in DM, and that's when I tapped in with Lefty.
Did y'all know each other previous to that, or?
I knew of him. I ran into him at the gym, and I didn't really know who he was at the time. But
But he's benching 500 pounds.
yeah, I met him on some gym shit, really. And then the first time when he was gonna interact with fucking with Left wanted to pull up and talk business with him, that's when I pulled up and really met him and that's where the relationship kind of started.
So it's crazy, just to give the people context. This all happened, like you said earlier, in the last 45 days, essentially, like a month and a half.
Yes.
This
45
is
days.
Mid November, late November,
No,
December.
no, late December.
Late
'Cause
December.
We're in February. We
Right.
Left signed with OTR December 29th,
Okay.
and then since then we've been going crazy, bro. Every day, Lefty's a workaholic, you know. Cash a workaholic. We're all workaholics. We all grind. We all sacrifice time away from our families because we all believe in this.
And we can see the success. I mean, OTR was already in motion and was already cracking before Lefty, but now it's like on a whole other. It's like, you know,
Because Lefty, and I love him for this, is proud to be. He's the most proud to be from OTR out of probably all the artists because he manifested it. He wanted to be signed to OTR.
he said, wasn't that one of his first goals? He said
Yeah.
when he got out, like,
Yep.
when he was most recently
Yep.
locked up, and he was like, "I'm going to be signed to OTR Records
Yep.
within a certain amount of time," and it was like significantly quicker than he anticipated.
Yep.
Like, right? So
It happened fast. It happened fast. The truth is, we met. Everything was good. The lawyer sent the contract. I gave it to Cash. Cash left me on ice for like 24 hours. I was like,
Damn,
damn, they're getting cold feet right
Damn,
now.
Pato.
So Left DM'd me his number. So I just called him.
I just couldn't the initial conversation we had. I felt comfortable with it, but once you get a stack of fucking
No.
in front of your shit though, but you got
How fast the contract? Tell me.
you gotta like
pages.
How many pages?
it's like 60, dog, or like that's
60.
type shit. But look,
25 was-
it go like this. Like I'm not gonna have my my homie sign some shit that I don't understand and it affects the rest of your life in a negative way.
Right.
I had a good vibe from Soul, and he, you know, we ended up having a convo, and he reassured and clarified a lot of things for me. And then Left really wanted to push for it. So I'm at the end of the day, I'm supporting my homie. If you for that, I'm trying to just break down that I don't feel comfortable signing something I don't understand. You feel me? Because that could affect the rest of your life.
Do you understand that was how intelligent? I mean, you're basically using the years that you've seen, because like how many rappers have we seen sign bunk deals over?
Yeah, man. And I didn't want that to be, you know, it's like.
Not that
we don't
wasn't-
give bunk
I was
deals,
about to
man.
say,
We do
not that-
partnerships.
But you
Not
gotta
that he was
understand,
giving a
like
bunk deal, but
I had
the
one
fact that he had
conversation,
that-
yeah, but I had one conversation with him, and then I got a contract, so it wasn't really like I didn't do background on him, see really how only artist I knew he had was Swifty Blue, you know what I mean, and I didn't really know their relationship or how until I see now more, and then I'm like, damn, I really see what he was doing for his artists and shit at the time. Then I see Chito popping and all that, so I didn't really investigate too much into it. I'm watching from the outside looking in as well, you know what I mean? So it's just.
Now, like I said earlier, both of y'all have something in common. The fact that y'all are both successful artists in your own right, previous to this executive level position. You as a rapper, you as a producer. I mean, you've made bangers for Stupid Young. You know what I mean? Like you have entire projects with producers from Atlanta, like
No, Detroit Thai beats, and matter of fact, we got the #1 album in the country. We're on the 21 Savage Summer Walker single.
there you go.
21 Savage got the #1 album in America right now. We're on
Amazing.
I Swear Vezo, #7 in America right now. So we about to get some plaques coming in soon.
ATL, Detroit, LA, you feel me? Like, yeah, it's going up. And you, as a rapper, you know, you was already cracking. You were one of the first rappers from the SUV Baldwin Park that I had ever been privy to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, is there a certain point where you guys have to put, like, how as a, like, being an artist and knowing how talented y'all are, but putting other artists first, how do you, like, remove your ego from that equation? And
I don't operate out of ego, man. I really, what I do is if I want to see you win, I'm gonna give you exactly what I would give to myself, and decision making wise and all that. Like, I want for my brother what I want for myself. You feel me? There's no ego at all.
Cash
it's
is
all
the
compassion
most solid
and love.
person.
You know what I mean?
Like, Cash is the most solid person around Left, man. And like, Cash is Left's big bro. That's his protector, his handler, his manager, his right-hand man. And no matter what up and downs, Cash does not move off emotion. Then and day, he loves Left for Left. And I told Cash the other day, I hope us three do this shit forever, and we're all 50 in the hills, private gate somewhere, Hollywood Hills, right?
Yep.
Real shit, right?
Yep. And then we all operate off pure intention with no ulterior motives.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like I told Lev, my two jobs for you are your safety and your success. That's it. I want, like, the first things I told him is I want to see you move out the hood and then move your family out the hood. That's it, bro. Like, I want to see you win with this shit.
And you remember when y'all was over here last time, what was I telling this fool? I was like, get about the hood, you feel me? Like,
yeah.
Literally the same.
For sure.
So that makes me happy to hear you say that.
For sure.
How old were you and Left when y'all first met? What's your recollections of a young Lefty Gunplay?
I was sneaking him into my shows, bro. He was only 15, couldn't get in with ID, and then I just bypassed all that, brought him on, so he kind of was already seeing the environments and shit. It wasn't real big shows at the time, but
right.
You know what I mean? That's like the little introduction with shit, and he would always be bumping my music and just kind of grew up. I influenced them basically and shit, like, in that, and I'm glad I did, because I influenced a lot of my little homies. Like, majority of the city raps because I started rapping early, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't that many things available like there are now, and that's why a lot of shit's booming quick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? More eyes. If you got a good product, they're gonna start booming, you know what I mean? But it's just yeah, it was just stuff like that, man.
Now,
hustling with him as well in the streets, trying to get his money right. Like, we was all doing certain things, you know what I mean? But
y'all from, you feel me, same section and all that.
Yep.
Grew up together, basically. So you know him since he was 15 years old,
yeah,
essentially.
Yep.
And I'll be honest with you. The first time I heard Kiing Khash was a record where you were dissing another rapper.
Yeah.
It was a King Lil G diss.
Yeah, nah, yep.
What's the story behind that, bro?
Honestly, bro, like, the story, if you really listen to the song, that's the story, you know what I mean? No cap on it. It's like, I don't really want to touch too much bases on that, because it just is what it is. It's dead. It's a dead issue too.
That's almost 4 years old now. So.
Yeah, not only that, like,
and we would love to work with King Lil G.
Yeah. It ain't even nothing. Like I said, I spoke to Young Dopey, and he asked me kind of the same thing. We talked in person, and he was like, "What's up with that? What's up with that shit with G?" And I was just like, you know what? At the end of the day, that's some rap shit. You know what I mean? Operating out of ego, you know what I'm saying? For our own personal beef, for our personal details that we don't need to get into, but it's just, that's what it is, bro. It's a dead issue though, but yeah, that's some rap shit. You know what I'm saying? To me, how I viewed it is like, okay, you at the top, it's like we hooping. If we're at the car, I'm going at Kobe. I'm trying to be, you get what I'm saying? Like,
that's hip-hop.
That's right how there. I meant it, you know what I mean? But you know, the streets get involved.
Hip hop is competitive. At the end of the day,
yeah, exactly.
Hip hop is competitive.
Exactly.
If you're not chasing the top guy at that time, then what you doing for?
Yeah.
This is a full contact sport. So exactly, like the homie Geechee Gotti from Compton, one of his first songs was a diss against The Game, because The Game was the biggest rapper in Compton.
And The Game dissed 50 because 50 was the biggest at that time.
There you go. So
then 50 dissed Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying?
Who was the biggest at that time?
He was taking shots at Jay-Z, Nas, like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's
It's literally part of the culture, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
So it was on. I gotta respect.
It got
that.
a little more. It got way more serious than some music. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all are
But
serious dudes.
yeah, so you know what I mean. Shout out to him, man, and everything he's doing, and he's put on for the culture. Man, I used to pull up to all his shows when he was first throwing shows out there, like the airliners, shows in shouts Pasadena, different shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When his manager was still Thelma, we was right there drinking.
yeah.
The homies from 18 would be buying drinks for me and my people, and it was all love, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, maybe the diss, like I said, I wasn't, it was more competitive nature, you know what I'm saying? But maybe a little ego got involved because certain conversations and certain things got taken a certain way. And you know, as men, if we're not gonna deal with logic, like I kind of dealt with certain things and being younger, dealing with it pride wise, you know what I mean? Probably could have took a different avenue and we probably be making some music together. I actually have a song with him, you know what I'm saying? I got a song with him that's like 6-7 years old, featuring King Lil G and Conejo, but it'll probably never come
Shout
out.
out to my boy Conejo.
Yeah, shout out to Conejo too.
Cash, is it amendable between you and King Lil G?
To me, I like I said, our hoods fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like I could have took a bigger approach. It's like I said, there ain't no bloodshed behind this. I don't really feel like it's
rapping though.
Yeah, it's some rap shit. Like I told Dopey, he's like what's up with that situation with G? And I told him it's some rap shit, my boy.
He's
on
an
the real.
MC too.
Yeah,
So he's got to understand.
Yeah. And you know, I respect Dopey. I respect fucking, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of homies from 18 too, dog. So, you know me, shout out to the 18s. But, you know, like I said, it's some mold under the water, a bridge under the water shit, you know what I mean? And it's just like, basically like, yeah, there ain't no issues, dog. My artist Lefty Gunplay actually want to do some shit with him too, you know what I'm saying? So
I think the streets would love that.
yeah, for sure. For sure. And like I said, I'm not trying to be known as that fool that just like, oh, he's trying to stir the pot with the raza. Like, I'm good on that. Because at the same time, that makes us look bad, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, no problems with G. Shout out to him and shout out to everything he doing. He actually fuck with my manager Bundy. He's from Riverside, you know what I mean? He's the one that managed me, and that's G's boy. So, you know, we have too many like links, too many people connected that know each other, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, was it a bad move business wise? It ended up kind of being a bad move business wise because you kind of get blackballed when you do type of shit like that, you know what I mean? Rather than yeah. Shout out to him though. Shout out to Drummer Boy. Shout out to all them, man. You know what I'm saying? We in a different place right now, and honestly, we on some progress shit. You feel me? We ain't on
We on some progress and getting money shit.
Yeah, man. We could build this shit up bigger than we can individually. You know what I'm saying? Why cut ourselves short for pride? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say it right now, King Lil G. I would love to see you on. I'm a fan. I would love to see you on a Lefty Gunplay record or vice versa. You feel me? I would love to see y'all work together.
Yeah, that'll
G,
be hard.
let's do a swap for a swap. What's up?
You did.
Yep.
Make it happen, Gavin. Off rip. Now, you always had a lot of momentum as a rapper. You have multiple videos over 1 million views. I just happened to mention the one that was the most controversial.
Yeah.
You have a lot of hot records. What made you want to make the transition from being an artist to a CEO or manager, you know, or you know whatever your title is regarding? Was it Lefty or did you already have those ambitions before?
It wasn't even like initially. I've been trying to get Left to rap for like 5 years, bro. But he just always been in and out violations, different times, and it's like I'd hit him up to come and pull up to the studio, and he just, I'm gonna go, and he'll flake. So it started the convo ended up getting to, let's like, look, bro, I can't promote you no type of way if I don't got a product. You don't got a song. There's nothing I could take anywhere to show anybody to help you get your ball rolling how you need to get it rolling. So I'm just like, you need to show up. So I'm like, I'm only gonna take you as serious as you take yourself. I can't. There's nothing else more I can do for you, bro. I set up a session, have beats, have you ready to record. But if you're not willing to pull up and do your half, there's just nothing I can do about it. And it took him going through a few things, and he finally ended up, I guess, one of the last violations, and he just was frustrated. He wrote me a letter from jail, low-key manifesting the situation too, that he wanted me to be his manager, and he wanted me to do all this before we even really talked about it. And then he didn't give me that letter till he got out, but trip out how everything unfolded, you know what I mean?
It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Amazing. So, what is the most difficult? I'm gonna ask both of y'all this because I'm gonna get into Souless's. You got a crazy story as well, so I'm gonna get into that as well.
For sure.
But before, what is the biggest challenge on because the thing about Lefty is this: one of the biggest points of his appeal is that he has this unhinged, out of control energy. But how do you channel that without watering it down? and make it controlled? Because like you said, you had a hard time getting this motherfucker to come to the
You don't.
Yeah, you don't stand in the way of a hurricane. You embrace it for what it is, and really, you don't combat aggressive wildness with aggressive wildness, because it's not gonna. I try to just hug him and calm him down. Like, you good? You tripping right now? You know what I'm saying? Just chill out. You got this. You know, get out your head. You know what I'm saying? Because he be, you know, let him get in his head. He start tripping. One thing. If he's in a session and he's real professional about the way he goes about his music, dog. So he don't. If you're playing this song and like there's people in the room having side convos, like, you don't fuck with it, dog. Like, listen, I'm trying to work.
Fuck that. Lefty
I'm trying to work. Yeah, exactly. So he's a professional, bro, and he's a perfectionist. And honestly, like, I respect that about him. So it's like it's learning the artist, what makes them tick, what makes them uncomfortable, what pisses them. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not trying to put him. I'm not trying to take him out of his element to where he can't do his job.
Zone.
Yeah, man, because he could get knocked once he gets thrown off his train of thought. I don't want to do this shit no more, dog. Like, I'm not trying to do this song. This session's done. Like, he'll get like that. So you trying to have limited people around him, because his energy, he's real like sensitive to energy, and he soaks in bad energies, bad vibes. So you know what I mean? And it's just like learning left, man. Whatever it takes for him to get comfortable.
Engineer, producer, Lefty.
When you first met Lefty Souless, what were your thoughts? Like when you first in person met Lefty?
This guy is a wild one.
Fucking nut. That fool's a nut, bro.
But he has that energy. He has that, like. You gotta understand, I've seen a bunch of people blow up the last 10 years, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the energy that's always around that bubbling, it's about to bubble. All it needs is a little bit of gasoline on that fire to spread it, you know what I mean? So I felt that superstar energy, and I want to sign him immediately.
So, Souless, you're a very mysterious figure, bro. People don't really people know about you, but you have to know. It's IYKYK. You feel me? If you know.
And it's because I let the artist be in the front, and it's not our job to be known, and it's not our position. Our position is to make sure the artist has a chance to succeed, and they have whatever they need to get to the next level. From there, hopefully we partner with a major, or not, if not, sometimes we might not even need a major, you know what I mean? Depending on the situation.
So let the people know about your upbringing. Like, where did you grow up at? Like,
oh man, I was born in South Korea. I came here probably preschool in the Rampart Division, and then we started moving up northeast a little bit. And I've lived in maybe 10 different cities. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just moving, you know what I mean?
So originally born in Korea.
Yeah.
But you're like an LA baby through and through.
Exactly. Just all different parts, you know?
From the Rampart to Nella to all kinds of,
everywhere, downtown, even like Downey and fucking Long Beach. I've been everywhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even to the South Bay, you know, for a little bit. Like Northeast, the Valley, you know? Now, I've been everywhere. SGV.
Now, being Korean, you're a major factor right now. I mean, and for years to come, in not only like LA hip hop, but particularly like for Chicano artists and all that. Like, how does that feel? Like, do you feel embraced by the Chicano community?
I do. I think I do, but I don't want to be labeled a Chicano label.
Right.
Like, I have Pac-Man the Gunman. I'm wearing on the shirt, you know?
Shouts to Pac-Man, you feel me? 60s, you feel
All
me?
Money In. 22 G-Fa, he's Filipino. We have Top Rank Gang, they're Cambodian. So it's like the two biggest on the roster happen to be Mexican American. I don't even want to say Chicano.
Right,
Southsiders too.
Whatever the proper word is, you feel me? Like, yeah.
It's just they're not the typical Southsiders though that we're known for out here. Like the originals, like the Capones and the Criminals and all that. They're not. The sauce is different, dog. You know what I'm saying? They pay homage to the culture. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But they also they're embraced by other cultures because their music.
They're not Chicano
it's rap.
artists.
It's
they're
rap.
major artists.
Yes,
That's the difference. It's not Chicano rap. This is major music. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a chance to chart tour the country, tour the world. If depends on their ambition. It's not Chicano. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like of course everyone before them had to put the work in to get the Lefty Gunplays and the Chitos to able to do this. Cause like at the end of the day, there was on San Jose, I think it's like upstairs or where like they had MB Riders.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that label. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Lil Raw.
Yeah.
I might not say the label right, but
Yeah.
if I didn't, excuse me.
Yeah. Shouts to them.
Yeah. But so it's like they were the first independent label to have major distribution. So if it wasn't for them, OTR would have maybe never had major distribution.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference really from what we do is major. We have multiple options at doing major distribution.
And I think that's something that people really need to be aware of. And Lefty, if you're watching this, like, bro, you are in so much of a crazier position that I don't know if he feels the full gravity because
He doesn't know it yet. He doesn't know it yet. He feels it a little bit, but he doesn't know it yet.
Because what you said earlier, because I was thinking like, damn, this is crazy that there's a Mexican rapper in negotiations with like 300s and Def Jam, whatever. You
tell him, Cash. Tell him, Cash, about New York. Tell him.
New York was wild, man. New York was
break
wild.
down the New York with Lefty Gunplay because that was right after I was with y'all.
Man, they just embraced him, bro. It just he got embraced. It wasn't about race. It was just about his energy. It's just different. It's just his
that ass be you nice, son. Yo,
yeah.
Yo, gangster, you nice, son.
Yeah,
They were
man.
something like that, huh?
Yeah, I mean he pulls in the room and he locks it down, bro. And then his music just speaks for itself, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody vibing with it. You could see they got backgrounds on them by watching the podcast and different shit. And now they put that together with the music, and it all makes sense. Authentic, just authentic, bro.
That's the thing that's crazy though. The fact that like, out there, they're saying like I was impressed with the fact that there's like whatever word we want to use, Mexican, Chicano, whatever artists, but you're like, they were telling you this is what's going to bring the West Coast back.
Yeah.
This isn't mutually exclusive to a specific race.
And this is multiple labels, not one. You gotta understand, like everywhere we went, if we want to go there, I'm sure we could have went over there, respectfully.
Now we got
right, Cash.
Yeah, for sure.
And y'all got this.
And at the end of the day, I'm gonna make this 100% clear. It wasn't my decision or Cash's decision to sign to whoever or negotiate. It's Lefty, so it's wherever Lefty feels comfortable. Like I could tell him, hey, I want you to go here, or Cash could say, hey, I like these people's vibes, right? But it's at the end of the day, it's Lefty knows what the offers are, and he wants to take the offer he wants to take.
At the end of the day, we want to give him the respect to be his own man.
Exactly.
I'm not here to govern your life. I'm here, you tell me what you need to do, and I'm here to make sure you get that done. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? I try to give every man that respect, you know what I mean? Because it is his life and his career. If I feel like something doesn't look right, I'm going to bring it to your attention, though, for sure. You know what I mean?
If he was going to make a move that y'all felt was super, not beneficial.
We haven't missed, bro.
We're 1,000 for 1,000, man. You know what I'm saying?
We haven't missed one shot.
Matter of fact, there's a single in rotation on major radio right now.
Yeah.
So you feel me?
And that's all love. Shout out Be Nice. Be Nice hit me and said, hey, can you send me the Lefty tape? He's the behind the scenes of the LA Leakers.
So did he choose the single?
No, I emailed him the album.
Okay. But he chose a single from that album, like
yeah, and
essentially,
or maybe Justin or Sam. He's the one that filters and gives it to them, and they figure it out.
And then there was like immediately the next day, several videos. You had kids rapping along, doing their own videos, rapping to Lefty's lyrics and all that. Like it made an instant impact. Like,
Lefty's a superstar. I think 2 days out, Spotify alone, he's at like 270,000 streams on the project.
Do you consider OTR independent?
We're fully independent.
What is the benefits for people that are game goofy and need to wake their motherfucking game up? Why fuck with an independent as opposed to a major label?
Well, I'm not opposed to fucking with major labels because I fuck with major labels. I have 3 different situations with major labels, so it's not fuck major labels. It's just when you're independent, you don't have to go by anybody's rules. So you could drop anytime you want. You could flood the game. At the end of the day, there's no limitations. The only limitations are in your head when you're independent. You know what I'm saying? But Cash could tell you, independent rap grind, how do you got to live this independent rap grind if you want to make it? It's a full-time job, right, bro?
It's a full-time job, and it really takes a team. And when you're more independent without that team, it makes a difference, man. It makes all the difference. Like the teamwork really does make the dream work, man.
And we have an all-star team, and everyone on the team plays a pivotal role from, like every fucking person. So it's like we have in-house production, we have a compound, we're blessed to have partners that believe in us too, and at the end of the day, it's fully funded by me, and sometimes my younger brother wants to sign certain artists with me that he believes in, you know what I mean? And
right.
So he has like 3 artists out of maybe 20 artists that I put out through the system.
And you got the coolest chain in the game, like right now. Like
it's you know what it is? It's just something that has to be earned at the end of the day. Like I don't just give out chains to everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It makes me want to start rapping again. Like, how much that right there, and that's why I made the Death Row comparison earlier. You know what I mean? Because it has that energy. I don't know, it's a completely new thing.
And you know what? Behind the scenes, you could say it's sometimes has gotten to the point like that, but those details are confidential. You know what I mean?
We will never speak. With that being said, so talk about Seouless, please, the origins of OTR.
Okay, so 2015, I caught a case, and I'm an illegal immigrant, so I was looking at deportation and things like that. So my lawyer told me, "You're getting money, run." He's like, well, what's the point of dealing with this now? Just run. So I ran, and that's when I stopped as an artist, like rapping and shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And during that time, I was blessed to be around like some of the biggest shit. Like Southside was the biggest producer at that time. 808 Mafia, and I got to see greatness for 30 days straight. You know what I'm saying? I got
ATL shit.
I got to be in studio sessions with the legends. You know what I'm saying?
I'm assuming like Gucci, Thug, fucking type of individuals.
Some of them you mentioned, yes, yeah. and some other ones as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I got to see what greatness was with my eyes for 30 days straight, just going with them everywhere. Because at that time, now it's old enough.
Southside in 2015 was
exactly, and at that time, before I was a legitimate guy, I was a lean plug.
Oh, shit.
So
I knew I liked you for some reason.
So now they can't get me on this because this shit's like 8 years old and shit. You know what I'm saying? Was you fucking with the act? Like I had the act, bro. I had because
that was right around the time that act got discontinued.
When act got discontinued, I still had access to act till like 2017. But I used to be a big abuser too, and I had my own battles with this shit. So I don't advise it. At the end of the day, like
no, as have I, and I was the lean plug as well. So
and being the lean plug in LA, and at that time, me and my homies were on the Sam's every Monday, going crazy. I like probably blowing like a heart surgeon's salary in the summer, fucking it up with the homies. So the
putting
strip,
these bitches through college.
So Southside was dating a stripper named Giselle at that time, and she's the one that plugged me with Southside.
Oh, okay.
So that's how, and at that time, Kanye just married Kim or whatever, so they had his Hollywood Hills house. Mm-hmm. So I was putting up there just chilling with them.
Before Calabasas type shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I got to see some wild shit, man. I got to see some greatness, bro. And those 2 years seeing that greatness, I got to see Shoreline Mafia blow up, and I seen when they got that partner with Salem in Europe, certain artists got their advances, and the label got a big bag. I don't want to disclose it. It's not for public information. But if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, I was trying to rap the whole time. I'm playing the wrong position. I got
Right.
like they put them on the road for 3 years straight. They got this. I was like, shit, you know what I mean? So I started OTR Records, and I was still on the run. So that's what I named it, On the Run Records.
And just to let all the people know, like, this is no relation to Graffiti Crew, OTR. Like,
No, but they have tapped in, or vice versa, about doing collaborations and things.
I love that. I'd
So
like to see that.
so we are always open to it. It's just the artist that at that time that we're gonna do the campaign with, I dropped that artist. So or he asked for his release. So,
Is that Swifty?
Yes.
Okay, so OTR, it was like you was grinding it out. A lot of people knew about Soulless, and then this OTR name started you started just hearing it if you was outside in LA, like
Yeah.
as far as now the OTR Graffiti Crew is legendary in its own right. That's
Definitely.
That's a whole separate conversation.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Shouts to them.
It's a
You know,
shout out to
one-
them.
one of the most
definitely shout out to them, and we still open to the collaborations. Definitely.
But OTR Records started buzzing, you know, and started.
And you gotta understand, our first two artists signed was Stupid Young and MB Nell.
Wow. Okay. So talk about signing Stupid Young, because you know Stupid Young, to this day, if Stupid Young drop a single, you know he's one of the most revered artists in the city. Beyond, you know.
At that time, my partner that believed in my vision, that was in the fun half with me on everything, was from a certain neighborhood,
Right.
and he got me young, and Nell actually drove down to us just before he was having his baby. He drove down with
Is this before Mando came out?
no.
This is
right,
after?
right after Mando came out.
Okay.
And right before Empire, so we did a one album with one option deal.
Okay. So that was, and I think that's around the time when I first started hearing about this label and all that. But I made an appearance on Trash Bag Boys, and that's when Swifty was still there. So shouts to Comparator and all that. You feel me?
Definitely.
Good dude. And Swifty was, you know, big OTR records.
He was. At the end of the day, I had nothing negative to say about Swifty. Swifty made a lot of mistakes. He was young and naive. And when you think you're the biggest artist, you don't listen. At the end of the day, he learned his life lessons the way he learned them, because the way he approached certain situations, and I love Swifty, but at the same time, I wish him well. It's been way stress free without Swifty on the label. Like to be truly honest, Swifty tapped in and a couple times and trying to sum someone off or whatever, and everyone on the team voted against it. So we all love Swifty, but it's just the headache's not worth.
As a person, it's love, but just the business at this point.
Whatever comes associated with Swifty is not worth the juice. There's no more juice squeezing that out no more type shit. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like you see the numbers with the OTR rollout and campaign. Like, and the thing is, Swifty went on Crazy Hood meeting and said he made OTR this. But the truth is, the numbers don't lie. Like all our artists do bigger numbers than Swifty, and it's because Swifty had a budget behind them. Like when you have a budget pushing your marketing versus you just dropping it on an Instagram, what's gonna work?
It's going to get more traction if there's money put behind it
If
100 times. I mean, that's like, regardless, you could be the dopest motherfucker in the world, but if there's no budget behind it,
Exactly.
That makes all the difference, bro.
Yeah.
A team is real important. When a motherfucker could just worry about rapping and doing what he got to do, pull up to interviews, but all that shit's structured and you got real funny and motherfuckers that really want to see you win, it goes a long way.
Definitely.
So me coming just from an outside perspective, I didn't even, really know shit about it. I went over and did the podcast. It was dope. Obviously, I was familiar with both I had known Raider because he had been coming to No Jumper and he cool as fuck. And everybody know Raider, you feel me? He's the man. And then, obviously at the time you got to tap in with Swifty Blue, da-da-da-da. So I was like, fuck it, let's do this podcast and all that. You feel me? It was love. shortly thereafter, there's the departure, and then I don't know what was announced first, his departure from Trash Bag Boys or OTR, but
OTR was first, and Raider called me, and he said, "Damn, he said if out of everyone in the world, if you're gonna publicly announce a departure from Swifty, then he's like, I might have to too." And I said, "Hey, I don't want to sway your decision. You do what you do as a man." Me and him had a private conversation, and the next day, he was no longer Trash Bag Boys for some reason.
well, I remember because I remember the announcement because it caught me off guard. I was very surprised because, like I said, I was just over there and it was big OTR. You feel me?
And at the end of the day, I respect Swifty because he did love OTR at one point. But the thing is, when you get lost in the sauce and you believe the hype, that's when sometimes the empire gets broken down. Because at the end of the day, you gotta let the fans believe the hype. You gotta stay true to yourself every day and be hungry as you were when nothing was going on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And consistent. Like at one point, Swifty was one of the hardest working artists in the world, and I would have betted on
You're going
Swifty.
crazy,
right? And then he reached the amount that he thought was a level of success, and that hunger and that drive, and it's really the perks and the lean and all that shit. It fucked with him, bro. It made him Grimy Suge, and Grimy Suge got him in trouble. That's the best way I can say it.
Did you hear the diss track that Raider made against him?
Honestly, Raider, I love you, but stick to making sushi and Trash Bag. What you think,
Not
Cash?
fucking with the record.
It's
Like,
cool. It's funny, but
I
It
mean,
was funny.
it's funny, but I just feel like when you doing this rap shit, it has to be high quality and high level shit, dog. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Not for like, I feel like I don't want to talk down on the track, but I just feel like Raider offers a lot more to the culture and aside from rap.
he should have paid one of our songwriters to do it then, if that was the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one punch. I'm not going to say I'll tell y'all afterwards. There's one amazing punchline in that song. But other than that, I think maybe some OTR writers would have been beneficial. But, you know.
OTR writers, OTR production, you know.
Entertaining as fuck. Raider is an entertainer and an entrepreneur.
He definitely is. I respect him. At the end of the day, I respect the guy, man.
And he's a great dude. So, you feel me? All that. So, how did you originally hook up with Chito? Because, you know, like.
Okay, in 2019, December 2019, Rosecrans was presenting an OTR show that was for February 2nd. So we had like an 8-week promo run, and the first 2 weeks it was sales were like maybe like 20, 30 tickets, right, out of 500. Then Swifty was like, "Hey, what if we book Chito as a headliner, co-headliner, whatever?" We booked Chito, sold out in 2-3 days. We rocked.
That's down here?
Yeah, this was in off Pico at Catch,
Okay.
and we were 100 people over capacity.
Wow.
After that show, Vic got banned from doing any rap shows there.
Cash, for you, wow, that's like the best way you want to get banned, though, because you're too cracking. Like, you're so cracking. Like, Cash at this time, like, was, because, you know, Lefty clearly has a lot of respect for Chito. He had the Chito Flow song, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, were you, like, already aware of his, like, buzz and all that?
Who, Chitos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got out in 2019 and I did a song with the homie Nueve and Swifty Blue. And fucking basically like Chito pulled up to that. He pulled up, cameoed, and after that we went, my homie had a loft in downtown LA and we was fucking around and recording, getting high, getting fucked up. So I met Chito through him, and I actually have an Asian partner that was gonna start managing some business and different things behind the scene with Chito, and I had a song that was gonna come out. I sent him the open. He ended up getting popped. Cops raided spot and find him with some shit or whatever, and he that's where his journey started. You know what I mean? That was the first time to where he lost his brother. That whole journey right there. You know what I mean?
That was in 2019.
Yeah, so you know, Chito, I've been supporting Chito shit since I think the first time I did hear him was with Guadalupe Chivo with Swifty Blue, but his shit's hard, bro. Shit's hard, bro.
Hey, Chito, is once again, it's the dopest Mexican. Like bar for bar, his cadences, his flow switch. Like he was free for 3 weeks and has 70 records.
That's what I was about to say. The fact that there's still Chito verses coming out.
We have 50 more songs on the vault.
So that's why. Is that where the Mexican pot comparison came from? Because I remember like one time you and I spoke, and you're like, we got Snoop. You feel me? That's
I left.
left, and we got Pac.
Yeah,
yeah.
We got the Mexican Tupac, and we got the Mexican Snoop. And at the end of the day, we're blessed to have two superstars. I look at it like this: we have as Jerry West 96. We just got Shaq free agency. That's Chito, and we drafted Kobe.
Right.
Rookie of the year.
Yep, absolutely. No, it's a dynasty. And what I believe to be, despite the years of work that have already been put into it, the early stages of a dynasty, because this could last, 20, 30 years from now.
Honestly, if we do this right, everybody will be rich. Everyone on the team will be rich.
Sounds like the place to be right now. Now, there's a lot of talk about a potential Chito homecoming at some point. Like,
I don't want to speak too much on it because at the end of the day, when you see it, you'll see it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But let me ask you this. Is there a reason for the people to be excited?
Walk.
Sick dog.
Okay. Say less. With that being said, so you said earlier, and my boy Big Rick brought up as well, like, Lefty is not just a Chicano rapper, he's a superstar rapper, and you see he's getting embraced by the black community. You see him on all the major black podcasts and all that.
He's the SAM, man. That's the SAM.
SAM, you feel me, going crazy with it. No, I totally understand. It seemed like to me that what really, and correct me if I'm wrong, what made Lefty, no pun intended, go left in that situation is when the Crip Mac comparisons. I feel like he felt very...
But the thing is, Crip Mac, the level of talent and genius that Lefty has is it's like comparing Wagyu with 99-cent store beef. You know what I'm saying?
Well, as far as the music goes, I mean, Lefty's...
That's what I'm talking about.
Very dedicated to...
But the sonically, like Crip Mac is, I'm from 55th Street, 55th... Like, that's there's no bars, you know what I'm saying?
And shouts to Crip Mac, that, he is, that's my homeboy. He's a good dude.
Shout out to Crip Mac, because he did the battle for us.
Yep, he did the battle. Okay, interesting phrasing. He said he did the battle for us. I want to let people know how Souless and I met. Souless is behind our GTX Battle of the Bay X event last August. You feel me? Bringing back that grind.
Shout out Stizzy.
Shouts to Disaster. Shouts to Stizzy. You feel me? And shouts to Souless for, you feel me, making it happen. So that's when my first chance to get to work with you was, and I really got to see how serious you are about business, and
make sure happen on the last minute, man. We make sure happen, man. Ask Diz got to meet me to beat the bank. He's the guest. I'm throwing him some bread. He's catching it on his car truck. Movie shit, man.
Were you like a fan of battle rap previous to that, or was it kind of like?
Not really.
Yeah.
But it was more for like, I told Diz this. I said, I know in your brain, you got to have some type of genius in you.
Oh, Diz is a motherfucking genius. Yeah.
Definitely. So I said, if you believe in this much, and I know how like YouTube shit works. So I said, eventually the money will come back, but how fast, And pay-per-view wise, we did really well. It's just our overhead was ridiculous.
Yo, that was, there's a lot of money spent to make that occurrence right there, but we really appreciate you and everything you did behind the scenes, and that's why I tried to give you your flowers, you feel me?
Thank you, Lush.
In my intro and all that, and let you know what time it was at that event, because because a lot of people you didn't ask for that. You didn't want that attention, but in fact, like, you prefer to, be the man behind.
Yeah, I the thing is, it's all the Jewish execs in the music industry, you don't see their faces, man.
Nah.
I'm not Jewish, but I'm Korean. You know what I mean?
Speaking of which, so like, what's the biggest
But I
difference?
think like a Judo.
Okay. I respect that. So what's like the biggest difference between Korea and America, and what was it like coming out here, like, as you said earlier, illegally?
I came legally, but the visa expired.
Okay. So what's like the biggest difference between like Korea and LA or America?
Honestly, I was 3, so I went to preschool there, and then when I came here, I went to preschool here, and the only adjustment really, because at first we moved to like an all Korean neighborhood, so it's it's not that different, but it's just I don't know English.
So you're not you're English as a second language?
Yes,
then?
English was my second language. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, my third language. Money is my second language.
Money is my
first language.
yeah,
now.
exactly, off rip. You
Yeah.
feel me? So, but that I wouldn't have assumed that, considering how eloquent you are. But that's not to say that people can't be eloquent in multiple languages. But you know,
Definitely. I'm trilingual, baby.
hey, there you go. You feel me? I respect the fuck out of that. So, with that being said, though, as far as the as far as the momentum that you guys got is crazy. And like I said, when Lefty first reached out to me, Rowdy Rax was significantly like had more traction, more momentum. Rowdy's still killing it. I got a lot of love for Rowdy. Now we know there's been like a lot of history that doesn't need to be spoke on between the two of them, but I've heard rumors from both of them as well that there's a record together now. Is there a Rowdy Rax and Lefty Gunplay a song coming out soon, or has there been any momentum in that regard? Okay.
And Rowdy is hard, man. Rowdy is dope, but at the end of the day, he's not Lefty Gunplay.
There it is. You feel me? Y'all heard it here first. Now, what's the next move at this point? Rookie of the Year's out. Rookie of the Year's going crazy. Is it?
We have an EP with Drummer Boy in
Shouts
the
to
works.
Drummer.
We have a whole album with Cypress Moreno finished called Famous Game Banger.
Incredible producer.
We have Maru on that song, on that tape. We have a bunch of artists I can't think from the top of my head, but yeah, man.
About to get in the process of dropping his merch too.
Okay, we need that.
yeah,
Streets need
for
that.
sure.
I want to give a shout out to one of y'all producers that worked on the Lefty album. Benji is hard.
Yeah, Benji's hard. Benji's hard. Benji is definitely give Benji his props. He was able to get Lefty in the studio and record him. You know what I'm saying? Which is, you know what I mean?
It's a process,
yeah,
right?
man.
And their sound is what got my attention.
Yeah, so shout out to Benji. I mean, like I said, it's really on who Left wants to work with, and basically, like, we just try to get in. It's like, as an artist, you don't want to go in and conflict with your producer. You don't want to bump heads with because at the end of the day, it's the artist's vision. You know what I mean? So it's just finding the right producer to him, and it's like we said,
Lefty's not the easiest artist to work with.
yeah. So and it's
He's
like
very particularized.
So if you're a producer, we don't need you dealing with him with ego. Like, where we need to deal with him with understanding. So and take importance to his vision. You know what I'm saying? Because he really likes the shit he likes, and he likes to conduct on a certain speed and level, and he just wants someone that could keep up with him. Basically, what he says is this: I go in and give you my 100% every fucking time. I need the same from everybody.
He
You know
really
what I'm
do
saying?
kill it every time.
Yeah.
No, Lefty's the hardest worker, man. Like me and Cash sleep on the couch, we wake up, 3 songs done.
With that being said, despite the fact that you own a label and you manage an artist that has so much traction, are we still going to be seeing Soulless production in the mix? Are we still going to be seeing
Definitely.
Kiing Khash raps in the mix?
Yeah. We got some things coming out actually. I dropped a record that did some good numbers, Frontline, and I'm gonna drop Front 2.
What was the auto-tune one you did recently? That was hard.
The one I just dropped.
Yeah.
That's just called Cold Hearted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cold-hearted. Yeah.
Yep.
That shit was dope too.
Appreciate that, my boy. Yeah.
The auto-tune's his lane, huh?
I think
yeah.
you know what? You get
Honestly, that's the lane I'm really pushing for because I feel like if any type of sound that'll accommodate him on his way and his rise up to fucking mainstream sound, it's closer than that because all of us Mexicans, that's what's gonna separate us. Music is about the most unique sound you can get, and it's really like finding. It's just being vulnerable and experimental, bro.
Let me fuck your head up right now. The biggest Mexican American artist right now is D Baby, and he's auto-tuned out.
Yeah, he's completely, he's like, I mean, damn near in the same lane as like a young boy type shit or like a Rod Wave or some shit. You feel me? But
Type shit. Yeah, he's big.
He's hard.
We have family in Houston, and they said every race bumped D Baby in the streets.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the auto-tune definitely has a lot of crossover. It's mass appeal. I mean, just being melodic, you know.
Yeah.
So and I think it's a good compliment to Lefty's just rawness and uninhibited energy.
For sure.
That combination and shit, maybe over some of them Soulless slaps. You feel me?
Definitely.
Would love to see it. You feel me?
Definitely.
Yeah, he gonna make a comeback.
Yeah, off rip.
Go at least drop one more project. I that's what I tell him. I probably got like one more and then see what I want to do with music. You know what I'm saying? We speak on similar things like that, but yeah, but it's like he says, like no matter what, like right here we live in our dream. Whether it doesn't matter the position we're playing in this, you know what I mean? And we're operating out of pure intentions. You know what I mean? We right here to win, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it takes as a team to win, man.
Exactly.
Now I gotta say, Cash, I told you this before. You Ain't Heartful recently released a list of the top rappers from the San Gabriel Valley. I think the most egregious, and I said it on multiple occasions, the most egregious omission as a rapper was Kiing Khash. Like, how the fuck is Kiing Khash not on this list?
Yeah. No, I don't take offense to that though, man. I don't take offense to that because I've been in the studio and I got tracks with all of the. At least on our genre, our level, as far as before.
Cash is not a rapper, that's why.
Yeah. And it's just like, it goes a lot more.
But I think that's what it was.
Cash is a full artist.
That was the thought behind it.
If Cash wants to be an artist, he's a full artist. If Cash wants to be a Left's manager handler, then that's that. If Cash wants to be a millionaire, he gonna get that type shit. So at the end of the day, don't put Cash in the box as a rapper, right, Cash?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I don't mind making different music. Like I really do like melodic like tones and different. I grew up listening to gang and stuff, more southern like influence. I like Kurt Cobain's. I like Kevin Gates.
Hard.
I like
who
else?
In my cuz.
Yeah, I like a Boogie with a hoodie. I like just different shit though, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my style's influenced by just. I really like the melodies and the hooks. Like that's what I really pride myself on doing. You know what I mean? Making those quality because those set the tempo for the song. You know what I mean? Straight up. So yeah, man. I don't like to be boxed in. Yeah, I could rap this. I could do different shit. But if I had a lane to choose, I'm more on trying to do on some fly shit for the bitches, shit for the, you know what I mean? Different shit like that, bro. That's vibes. You know what I mean? Vibes. They don't have to be, because I feel like everybody in the street lane is just who's the hardest and who's this, who's nuts is bigger, who's whatever, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really feel it's about the music. It's more about the image and trying to be something. They go into character. That's why I fuck with Lev, because he's not going into character about this shit.
A lot of people have asked me, like, does he turn it up for the camera? I was like, he is literally,
pull up to his fucking house. You know what I mean?
I feel like he's more turned up off camera.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
To be honest, that's like him. Like
he tones it down a little bit. Yeah,
he tones it down a little bit, if anything. You know?
For sure.
He's a great dude. With that being said, any final thoughts for the people, Soulless and Kiing Khash?
Man, no, we just appreciate everybody fucking with us, man. Genuinely fucking with us, and just stay tuned, man. We just gonna keep outworking the competition, and we gonna just keep going up, man. And hopefully we'll tap back in, later down the road and talk about some more successes, man. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait. We here for it.
Keep streaming Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year out
22
now.
G Fade, Thicker Than Water coming out Valentine's Day, and Hood Rich Hector to be determined, but relatively soon.
Now you're gonna be seeing a lot more OTR artists over here on the Mad Deep platform.
Definitely.
And like the fact that, you know, a Kiing Khash interview is rare, a Seouless interview is fucking unheard of.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I really appreciate y'all, and this is all just based on mutual respect that we got this shit cracking.
Exactly.
Definitely.
It's love.
I
Most
appreciate you, Lush. Thank
Honor
you.
to have y'all here. With that being said, like Uncle Fody Water said, we about this biatch out this biatch.
Doses.
Mad deep, man. Mad deep. Lush One, Kiing Khash, Seouless, OTR Records, man. Like and subscribe. We'll see y'all next week, man. It's been a good one.